Chris Meyer. Join me and the Legendary Customs team as we take ordinary rides and craft them into legendary customs. Up here, we have a 38 Ford. 38 and 39 had a really cool oval grills, the only 2 years to use them. What's wrong with this thing? Well, mechanical problems. It'll run for 5, 6, 7 miles, somewhere in there, and then it totally shuts off. Like it has no gas, no fuel. Has the original Flathead motor in it. By the description of the sound and such, it also sounds like there might be a dead cylinder or two. So we're going to do a compression test all the way around on it, see where the compression is for all the cylinders. They did do a valve job on it not too long ago, but did not use the proper tools to do the valves. So the valves might be leaking. So it might be a combination of many things. We might be able to save this motor. As many as you know, the Flathead is really desired, but to rebuild them, big money, $4,000 to $6,000, where we can drop in a small block Chevy brand new, $3,000 to $5,000 for higher horsepower, or a small block Ford for a little bit more. So depending on what's going on, what we find out, you'll make some decisions on what we do. But it's a real clean 38 Ford. He has had it for 16, 17 years, I guess. Hasn't been running for the last 3. But check it out. It was painted in the 80s for him. Well, in the 80s, so that's 30 years he's had it. Just literally pulled it in off of the trailer. We'll get it in later today to look at things. It is the original interior, is what I am told. Obviously a seat cover on it, but an awesome rig. 6 volt, might change it over to 12 volt. But yeah, they'd love to just create more memories, have it on the road, having some fun. That's what this is about. In alone. What happened? It rained.
That starter.
And there you go.
That spot.
Right out of the box, the starter is dead. So we have to figure out that. Makes it click, doesn't engage. Got a brand new battery on there, 100% charged. Figuring it out. Okay, this is what happens when you allow your vehicle to sit, unfortunately, and you don't drain the fuel. On these older vehicles, you often find a glass bowl, and inside that glass bowl is a filter of some sort. Some of them are like a stone, some of them are brass, but the fuel goes through this, which is the filter before it gets to the carb and burn. And that is what is in the fuel. And they said that it was acting like it ran out of fuel. Well, as the vehicle's running, this stuff will coat the outside of the filter and starve the motor. So hopefully, if we can get it started, get the starter working, it is literally just a bad fuel filter. That is a possibility. Yeah, that's pretty funky right there. This might have been the cause of everything going on. Just cleaning the fuel filter. So it might be an easy fix. We're on the way to finding out. Gotta get it running. See if we can bench test the starter.
That's good to realize you don't want to turn over.
Yeah. No compression. That answers that question.
Okay, 1938 Ford pickup truck. Thought it was a fuel problem because there was sediment in the fuel bowl. Canceled that out. Starter didn't work. Put in a new starter. Starter still won't turn over the motor. Grab the front of the motor with a pry bar. Motor will not turn over. So this has been parked for only 4 years. The engine seized up. What happened is on the passenger side, the head gasket had a very slow leak. So the rear 3 cylinders are full of water and seized. So I'll show you. What we're going to do is we're going to pull the motor out and we're going to have the original Flathead V8 rebuilt. So we're staying original versus going to a new one, and does cost a lot more to have a Flathead rebuilt than a stock Chevy or a stock Ford small block, but we'd have to replace the transmission. This was mechanical brakes versus hydraulic, so we'd have to change over everything to mechanic or hydraulic brakes, have put in a new rear end, new transmission, new drivetrain, everything. And by the time you add all that stuff up, it's more economical to fit their budget to just stay with the Ford Flathead. So here it is, check it out. Passenger side all screwed up. Driver's side looks awesome. So these 3 cylinders are toast. This one didn't get any water in it, so that would still operate freely. Anyway, there you have it. We're going to be pulling the motor today, get it off to the machine shop, get it rebuilt.
Doing?
These all unbolted. So pull
You guys
these out.
painting those?
I'm gonna paint these
Okay.
and then the frame back.
Oh, you are? Clean it all up under there?
Yep. Make it look good.
Yeah. And yes, there it is. Whew. Snap poppers. New floor covering on. Nice.
Yeah. Okay, this is the new motor for the 1938 Ford pickup truck. It is going to be awesome. We decided to go with a deep copper. This is not a factory copper that they actually had in the late 30s, early 40s. It's a little bit different, but we wanted a deep copper because, as you will see in upcoming segments, this is going to get a lot of nice chrome on it. The deep copper with the chrome is just going to pop in an amazing way. I just can't wait to see it. But Zach finished up painting it today. It looks awesome. It's kind of cool that it's the same old motor, but boy oh boy, it's gonna look sharp.
Not the original motor.
Well, it's the new motor, but I mean, it's the one we redid, and it's gonna look awesome. It has all the accessories painted. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. Well, what can I say? This little 38 Ford leaving here is gonna look awesome. And this is the first paint job that is done in our conditioned booth. Spent a lot of time last week just cleaning up the booth, and it was well worth it. But man, this is going to be very, very nice. So, the owner of this 38 truck, and you know who you are, you're going to love this. You've had it 30 years, you've waited a long time for it to come back to being roadworthy again and enjoying it. It is on its way. I know you'll love it. Can't wait to get it back to you. Awesome. So here's something to know about a Flathead Ford that I just learned today. It's the first Flathead we've done here. So just like a Chevy or a Ford or regular modern motor, when you tighten down the heads, you do it in a specific pattern. And that's not unusual at all. That's everyday stuff. What I learned today is with a Flathead Ford, this is compliments of Bill Bosch, you heat the motor up to running temperature, and then you let it cool all the way down. Not slightly, not a little bit, all the way down. And then you torque the bolts again, back down to 55 pounds. Now you think you're done. You're not done. With the flatheads, then you go another 100 to 150 miles or 5 cycles of hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, 5 cycles, and then you torque them down again. If you do not torque down the heads when you freshly assemble a flathead, I am told that you will blow a head gasket and you will have the exact troubles that the original 38 motor ended up with. Water leaking into the pistons and your motor will go to hell. But anyway, so that's something I learned today. Awesome, looking good.
Huh? Truck's right in there.
That's on back order. Thick.
Or on that side. 5, 6, 7, 8, I think.
No. For real?
Something. It's goofy.
It's not all odd, all
yeah,
even?
it's not a Chevy. Yeah. 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, this one. Okay, so then I was looking at a different one. They must have changed them.
Frickin' Ford. Well, the Viper motor was odd cylinder, even cylinder. They were all the same for the firing order. So the Flathead just must be different.
Well, I guess they are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So once we get number 1 at top dead center, we can hook her up, drop her in. John will have the engine mounts tomorrow morning.
Right.
I'll order that tonight. They're just standard Fox body Ford parts, 93 through 97. So I should be ready.
The clutch is on the way. Clutch disc.
Kathy, my wife, ordered it, yes.
Okay.
Be here Thursday. The 1938 Ford truck model 85, because of 85 horsepower, is going to need a new model number. It's going to be the Ford 100. This is supposed to be producing approximately 100 to 110 horsepower. So I'm going to say 100 to be conservative, but this motor is looking awesome. He had a budget to put this thing back together. I actually was able to stay under his budget for this particular motor, and it is going to be all dressed up and ready to go. Right now it's looking really, really good. It's a teaser because it's going to look even better. Got the exhaust manifolds painted, the entire engine, new twin carbs, just amazing. To tell you, where is it? Where is it? All right, we're gonna start over. Sometimes when I'm building a vehicle for someone, they say, Chris, why does it take so long? This is a perfect example. What I have here in my hands is literally a piece to hook the carbs together. It's the linkage. This is $25, $30. This entire little piece is holding up us finishing this engine. On one side, it's a right-hand thread, so you can adjust for the linkage so they're synced. On the other side, it's a left-hand thread. Oh, wait a minute. They forgot to tap it, so there's no threads whatsoever. So I have literally am going to kill 3 days on this build for this piece because they sent me one that's not tapped on the end. Now, I'm hopefully going to be able tomorrow to find a 10/32 left-hand tap or die so I can thread this here and not go anywhere. But literally, I reordered it 3 days for a little piece like this. Holds up the entire project. And unfortunately, in today's world, this is Speedway Motors, great supplier, but unfortunately in today's world, things like this are happening more and more often. So when you're working a 4-day work week, 4 10-hour days, this kills 75% of your work week waiting on one little piece. So maybe that's explaining too much. When you watch this stuff on TV, you don't hear about stuff like this, but in real life, it happens all the time. On this particular motor, the spark plug wire guides, this was ordered for this motor. They're wrong. Literally, to fix them, we had to cut off the brackets, move the brackets, and re-weld them on. So that was something we could do in-house versus reordering them. But literally for this particular motor, it was ordered for a 53 Flathead 8. Should bolt right on. You shouldn't have to take 4 hours to re-weld stuff that's bought for this specific motor. But it's something, Speedway Motors here too. So it's something that you fight and have challenges with. But we overcome it. In the end, it's going to be a phenomenal build. But it's just little quirks like this that drive a guy wild. I just can't wait to see this engine in that truck and having it going down the road. I know that the owner is going to be thrilled to death with this entire thing because it's beautiful, just beautiful. So there's more dressing to come on this, but right now it's still going to be a surprise. All right, what we are doing is we are plumbing the toilet bowl. Better known as the oil filter. This has a top oil filter on this flathead, and we just have to get oil to come out, go from here down to the motor, and from the bottom of here back to the motor, and it creates a loop, and it goes through here, and that's what cleans the oil. So easy. Numero uno. Now for the second one.
Plastic.
This one's for the oil, water temperature. And there's one going back to the gas tank.
And that's pretty much
it.
what they have, huh?
Yeah, it's not much. There's no blinkers or nothing. But we got the battery mounted in there, and we put the new solenoid in there, and swap the wires around.
Okay.
Got the gauges in. We got wires run for those. Yeah, we got water temp,
Oops.
voltage, gas gauge, oil pressure, and the speedo. So.
All in 2 gauges.
Yep. Not much.
Well, at least you're not like wiring
Yeah, it can
like
be a
you
lot
were
worse.
wiring, right?
The
It
willies.
looks good.
This is the GPS thing for the speedometer.
Okay.
Hopefully that
Which
works.
it didn't obviously have before.
Yeah, it's the most high-tech thing on this truck.
This is not going to be fun. So, we ran into a challenge on the Flathead V8. The oil pans are different. The new oil pan won't drop into the 38 like I was told it was. So now we have to take this oil pan, literally take it apart, and have it work for what we're doing. First I got to clean all the grease off it. It was a terrible, nasty, nasty mess. And it's not going to be fun. Not going to be fun at all. Not as bad as I thought, but still not fun.
Getting ahead of myself.
You get more cases, but when you compare it to the amount of people that live there, hey, we're at the top of the list.
Let's make some sense.
Okay, 1949 to 1953 Mercury Oil Pan. This is the one that we need. The sump's up in the front. Excuse me. Yeah. In the rear. The other one was in the middle for the car. Mercury's are in the rear. Well, pinholes. The guy said it was a usable oil pan, just clean it up, paint it, put it on. Well, this was so covered with crap that it was fixed once by somebody. There's this big crack on the other side, and there's pinholes everywhere. So we've been chasing pinholes this morning with the welder, trying to get it so it won't leak. And we're being successful, but we don't have much of a choice. You don't find too many Mercury 49 to 53 oil pans out there for sale. that are affordable. Most of them are 550, 600 bucks. There was one for 450, but it wasn't much better off than this one. So anyway, chasing pinholes with the welder. Not having fun, but we're getting it done. Yeehaw.
think you have a snake.
Hopefully this is the very last time we have to put this motor together. The pickup that came from Speedway Motors did not work. The oil pump that came from Speedway Motors did not work with the pickup. And we're making a go at it with what we have, and it's working out. But the Mercury pan needed to be adjusted a little bit to fit the Ford pickup and pump. Anyway, last time together, looking good. Finally, hopefully we can get it in the truck today. Holy shnipies. Is that a swear word? Holy shnipies?
Only if you intend it to be.
Okay, so the 1938 pickup truck has been kicking our ass. It hasn't been. Its motor has been. So we updated the motor to a 53, more horsepower, more reliability, just a better motor. And the pan we found out is different. So we were told by a 1949 to 1953 Mercury motor pan, it'll drop right in and it'll be perfect. Well, it fit, except for this corner. The corner of the oil pump actually just barely hit it. So now I am making a custom oil pan, and I don't want it just to look nasty. So I'm putting it together to make it look like it is somewhat factory. So that's what we're building right now. Frustrating as hell. That's what building cars is sometimes. You think you have a clear path. Like today we said we're gonna get this in, we're gonna have it turned over today and started. Shit, we don't even have the oil pan on for the 4th time. Anyway, long and short, it's going good. We have a direction on what we need to do, and I'm just putting that together right now.
Going down?
Yes. How you doing in there, Zach?
Good so far.
The color looks good next to the green. That one has more horsepower than this one.
How you doing in there?
Not good. All the blood rushing in my head, I'm not used to it. I'm gonna pass out.
800-525-5683 or klove.com. Just got a note from.
All right. We are taking this for a test drive. First one, oh my God. First one since the new motor's been put in place. Got rid of all of the little quirks, we hope, and now it's time to heat it up. Once it is fully heated up, we have to cool it down all the way to room temperature, and then we have to torque down the heads again. But here goes nothing. It fires right up.
Yeah, it's like instantly. Brakes are iffy.
Welcome to mechanical brakes. No hydraulics, that's all push rods.
The brakes do work.
That's a huge bonus since we're
Yeah.
going out on the highway.
I think I'll take it up here first.
Yeah. This originally came into us because it had a fuel problem 4 years ago. Well, we dug into it. It was a lot more than a fuel problem. Over the 4 years that it was parked, the passenger side 3 cylinders literally had the heads leak into the cylinders, froze them solid. So this has been a long project that was supposed to be literally maybe a week to fix the fuel system and change out the fuel cell. Anyway, the long and the short is, has a transplant motor in there. The outside we had nothing to do with. You pop the hood, you can see that there's a donor motor in there. We painted it up, we added 2 carburetors. It's still a Flathead Ford, so it fits the era of the truck. This particular one is from a 1953 truck, so long and short, has a little bit more horsepower. The dual carbs maybe gives it a little bit more, but not much. We're talking 100, 105 horsepower total in this truck. So it's an improvement over the 85, but the long and the short is we're finally done. It took a long time because of parts. Finding the parts, finding the donor motor, making sure everything is correct. Now it's in. I'm delivering it right now up to Winona, Minnesota to Greg. It is his birthday today. He works night shifts. He wants to go to bed, so we gotta get our butts moving so he can see his truck on his birthday. So here we go.
Looks nice.
Now,
Boy.
there's still some eye candy to put on here. I put some of them on. Take your bright light pole. This was your start pole. And then to put this on, we just use 2 existing holes in the bottom. We built the box. Well, successful delivery. It's been 5 years since he's had this vehicle. 2 days ago was his birthday. Would have loved to have gotten it to him on his birthday, but just like everything else, we needed 2 more parts. Got him in, got it changed out. Runs perfect now. It made it to the drive to Winona. which is about 35 miles with no issues whatsoever. The transmission leak, taken care of. It's dry, which is awesome. So, no, very excited. Excited for them. It's been a lot of years. He has a granddaughter that is 3 years old that has never ridden in it, and she's going to go for her first ride today. And that right there is why I love doing what I do. It's because of the memories of the past. He's had it for 30 years, for goodness sakes. And the memories that he's going to create with his granddaughter today. That's what it's all about. Family, memories, and just going and having fun. Keep the wheels to the ground. Appreciate you tuning in. This is Chris with Legendary Customs. My beautiful wife, Kathy. Today was a good day. Feel really good about delivering it, and very happy for the family. So, appreciate you. If you like what you see, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook. Please share our videos. Follow us on Instagram. And if you like what you've seen and you have a vehicle that's been sitting in the garage for years and years and years and years and you haven't gotten around to it, give us a call. Maybe we can fit it into our schedule and, just like Greg, get it done so you can start enjoying it again. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks for tuning in. Till the next episode.